My friends, welcome back to the vlog. We're in my super studio. This is my workshop space where I work on my FPV drones and edit my videos and store my other toys, just all sorts of good stuff in here. And I'm always looking for ways to improve this space, make it more efficient, more creative, and this time more safe. We are talking about an upgrade I've been working on that I've been sorely overdue for, and that has to do with how I store these things. This is a lithium polymer battery pack, and I use this battery to power my FPV drones. These little packs are really the secrets to how we get such amazing performance out of modern freestyle drones. This chemistry can pack a lot of punch. It can deliver a lot of amperage. The downside is these can be very dangerous. Now I have to admit, I've always been kind of lax about storing batteries, and I want to change that. And what kind of kicked me into gear to fix this is that I started playing with RC cars. And look what's in here. Look how big this battery pack is. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour pack. I mean, the smaller packs that I use in my FPV drones, those are explosive enough as is. Once you start storing battery packs that big, the risk factor goes up even higher. So if you're like most of the people that watch this channel, you either fly drones or do some other sort of RC activity where you're using these very powerful batteries. So stick around, because hopefully we're gonna have some helpful tips for storing these things. I'm gonna walk you through my battery bunker that I've been working on. But before we tear into it, gotta give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you guys by Raid Shadow Legends. This is an RPG game for your phone that just looks crazy. Like, those are pretty crazy graphics. You can play it all sorts of different ways. You can focus on developing and customizing your champion, grinding for experience, going on different quests. You can play by yourself, or you can team up with your friends and start a clan. I also like that they just kind of throw you into the action. In the new game I started while recording this little bit, I already got to this crazy dragon. Raid is constantly releasing new updates and features to the game. They just released the new Artifact Forge, which provides a whole game mechanic of crafting artifacts. They released a new set of advanced quests with better rewards and a whole new slew of champions. And right now they're currently developing the all-new Doom Tower. So if you're interested in checking out this game and helping out this channel, click one of these special links in the description and you'll get some free rewards for starting. You get 100,000 silver and an all-new rare champion, Hexweaver. She looks like someone you do not want to get on the bad side of. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here. This game is totally free to download and play, and if you use one of my special links, you get extra free stuff to get started, and it really helps out the channel. So big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Now let's check out how I store my drone batteries. So over here is my battery bunker area that I've been working on, and so what I want to do is walk you through kind of what it's made of, what materials did I think about using, and kind of everything that went into making it as fireproof as possible. I started working on this a few weeks ago, so let's jump back a bit and take a look at where this started. What I've got now is, I thought about it, right? So I got this, it's like a metal shelf. Got my fire extinguisher on the ready in case there's an incident, but there's definitely some issues. Let's start off by what the batteries are stored in. This is something I've been doing for a long time, just storing batteries in cardboard boxes. That's horrible. For so many reasons, this is a bad idea. Right next to it is what I'm migrating to. This is like an ammo can. My buddy Sean, when he saw that I was doing this, said, dude, you gotta stop this, and he gave me a couple of these. Ammo cans are a much safer place to hold the batteries because they're metal containers. So we're getting the ammo cans set up, but something else we have to do is, even though the shelf itself is metal and not flammable, it's still sitting on laminate flooring, which I'm pretty sure is flammable, next to drywall. So I picked up some supplies over yonder from the hardware store. This is concrete sheeting. This is called fiber rock. So it's actually like a sheet of concrete with fibers in it. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I got some stuff and we're just gonna start hacking at it and see what we can come up with. And that brings us to where we're at now, where we've essentially got this metal shelving unit kind of wrapped in this fiber rock. I think you can also use sheetrock. Either way, you can find this at like home improvement stores. Just ask someone to help you find it. I had a little hard time finding it, but it was like with the drywall. It ended up being really easy to work with. Like, it's really strong actually, but if you just lightly score it, then you can break it right on that score. So I basically just cut panels to size and attached it to the metal shelf. So the metal shelving unit is, of course, not gonna burn, and the idea is that this sheetrock will also hold in the fire. You just wanna keep the fire in. Like, you're never gonna fully suppress it. A LiPo fire is a chemical reaction, so it's gonna happen. But as long as you can contain it and keep it from spreading, you're gonna be much better off. Yeah, it doesn't burn. Now, there's one more thing I should really address, and that is, this is still uncovered. On top of the shelving unit itself is where I actually charge the batteries. And when you're charging is when you are, unfortunately, most likely to have an incident. So what I should really do is come up with some sort of thing to cover up. So that's pretty much going to do it for my battery area. This is where I'm going to keep my chargers, the power supplies, the batteries themselves, and where I'll actually do the charging. The idea is just to use fire-resistant materials and think about containing any potential fires as much as possible. If throughout the course of this video I ever said fireproof, excuse me, I should only really say fire resistant, because nothing is really fireproof and you shouldn't think about it like that. Don't ever leave the room when you're charging. That's why we keep a fire extinguisher here. That's why we have a fire alarm up there. When the battery is charging, when it's most likely to ever have a problem, you know, having it, you know, pushed under there to contain a potential fire, that's good, but I should never be any further than my desk over there so I can run over and deal with it if ever something were unfortunately to go wrong. I hope I never have to test the effectiveness of this area. I hope I never know just how good or bad this actually is at containing a fire while charging. It's one of those things that you just don't want to encounter. So if you're into drones or some other RC thing, I hope this inspires you to think a little bit more about your battery situation. Now, let's actually charge some packs and enjoy the fun part of the hobby, which is actually playing with the toys. Let's juice up some packs and let's go out for a little bit of a fly session to wrap this video up. Alright guys, we made it out. We're gonna get to do some flying today. Sean's here. He got the tent set up and everything because the minute we got here, it started raining and it was looking like, I'm not gonna get to fly today after all. But it's cleared up. It doesn't look so great. I mean, it's very overcast. The point is, fly anyway, even if it's not like the epic footage. Just get some packs in.